Okay, testing. Okay, testing. Alright. Looks like everything's set up correctly. So, welcome to Chapter 1 of the Final Fantasy XIV New Game Plus Canon Jobs playthrough. The premise, if you have not read my post on the subject, is that I will be replaying the main story quest using the jobs that the generic protagonist, the Meteor Survivor, uses in the cinematic trailers for each segment of content, for A Realm Reborn and for all of the expansions. And the first job that the Meteor Survivor character uses is Archer in the original trailer for 1.0. So I've decided to stick with that, starting the game not as a bard, but as an archer. Let me just double check that I got all my archer crap on the bar. Yeah, and I will not be using all my bard stuff. Although I doubt that it will cause much inconvenience, as I will still be level 90 for most of this content. Okay, so let's get things set up a little bit more how I like them. Alright, that should cover us. So, it's dark right now, but this is Alighieri, hometown of my character, where his story really starts, before the events of A Realm Reborn. Oh, hey Bahamut, glad you could check in. And I'm going to be recording these and placing them on YouTube later, so you know, if people need to duck in and out, no worries. Or you know, if you just want to check in for a little while and then check back out, that's also cool. This is mostly for my own enjoyment, and I'm just putting it online for fun. So, Alighieri, in the Girabania region, the nation of Alamigo, was Captain Siege Zabak's hometown. He grew up here before the Empire invaded, taking advantage of the political unrest caused by the antics of the Mad King. And Siege was conscripted at the age of 13. Highlander kids are big. They looked like a threat from a very early age, and the Imperial troops did not particularly care how young he was. He was old enough to hold a spear, so he's old enough to go to the front lines and be a pikeman. He was sent to Bozja, a region that is culturally and geographically very similar to Alamigo, a place where he would have felt some common cause with the native folk. However, as a Garlean conscript, he knew that if he misbehaved, his hometown would face the brunt of the punishment. So he was a good soldier right up until the Bosnia incident, destroyed the citadel and demolished a huge radius of terrain around it due to uncontrolled magic experiments. Siege survived, possibly because of the Shield of Light, the Blessing of Light, Heidelin's gift to her champions, and recognizing that this was maybe the only opportunity that he was going to get to have himself declared dead as far as the legions knew, he got the hell out of there. Ran for the coast, spent some time trading what technical skills he'd picked up working as a technician's assistant. Booked passage on a number of ships, sometimes working as a sailor, sometimes as a fisher, sometimes as a pirate. You know how it is. You take what work is available to you, until he came to Eorzea. And that is where we are heading now, because our journey really begins in Ul'dah. And let's switch to a costume more appropriate. Where's it hiding? There we go. As you can see, I've removed my Bard Soul Crystal so that I am operating purely as an archer. And while we're at it, let's dismiss my minion because I didn't have him yet. Oh, let's dismiss my actual minion instead of just summoning a different one. Okay, there we go. Where is New Game Plus? Part 1. Okay. So it looks like I don't get to rewatch the Welcome to Eorzea cutscene with the Mother Crystal and the journey to Ul'dah on the carriage with the twins. Looks like it dumps me directly into the first visit to the quicksands. That's fine. Yeah, probably. But since I'm already started here, we'll just keep going. Alright. Mission 1. We must rebuild. Momodi of the Quicksand wants to introduce you to a certain someone at the Ul'dah dispatch yard. Well, youngling, how are you finding our fine Ul'dah, then? Got your bearings about you yet? If so, mayhap it's time you ventured beyond the city walls. The bustling streets of Ul'dah are one thing, but the wilds of Thanalan, that's another altogether. I know a bloke you might fancy speaking to, and he you. Name of Papashan. You'll find him over at the Ul'dah dispatch yard. No doubt he'll have some work for you. The dispatch yard's over in central Thanalan. Just head out the door across the hall and you'll see the Gate of Nuld staring right back at you. Pass through it and head east. You'll come upon it 'fore long. There's dangers beyond the wall, though. More than I'd care to count. Nothing too terrible, mind you, but feisty enough to attack you if you draw near. Don't say nobody cared enough to warn you. Well, the thing is, I am a level 90 character, so any dangers that I encounter are going to get nuked from orbit. Some poor caterpillar or something. It's like, hey, I'm here to fight you, buddy. I'm a big scary monster, and I'm here to fight me an adventure and strip the tender meat from your bones. No, no. What mount do I have set? No, yeah, my motorcycle, of course. Oh man, Papa Sean. Better ingredients, better pizza. Well, you certainly look the part of an adventurer, my friend. Might you be the good soul Mamodi advised me to expect, I am Papa Sean, station master of this humble dispatch yard. An empty title, I assure you. I truly am no more than a tired old Lullafell passing his final years in quiet and solitude. Don't be down on yourself, Papa Sean. You are a badass. Well, no, there have been plenty of both these last 5 years since the calamity struck. The devastation was vast. Yet now true Uldans work together, doing all in our power to rebuild what was laid to ruin. By the sweat of our brows and the love of our home, we have rebuilt Ulda into the grandeur and mastery you see today. The railways which run through the dispatch yard, too, were born of the noble efforts of great many souls. But there's still much work to be done. The wounds left by the calamity run deep. Isolated areas beyond our lines of supply remain, and there are places yet waiting for relief and restoration. Ulda needs the aid of you and your brethren, friend. In fact, never has our need been more dire. Which brings me to the point, I suppose. I do believe I may have some work suited for one of your abilities. Well, thanks, dude, for the exposition. Level 5. Nothing to see here. Station Master Papa Sean has a simple task for a fledgling adventurer. Since you've come all this way, perhaps you can perform an errand for me. It just so happens a number of sentries have been sent to guard the area. A dispatch to the dispatch yard, as it were. They've long been away from the shade and feather beds of the city. The hot days and cold nights can play hells on the mind and body out here. It isn't much, but go and give them these twilight pretzels, would you? I find comfort food always helps when I feel like killing myself. Jesus, Papa Sean, take it easy. Holy shit. Alright. One thing about the New Game Plus is that I am going to be allowing myself to fly to get to places faster. So, I'll try to take the scenic route whenever I think the scenic route is going to contribute to the overall story experience. But, yeah, sometimes you just want to... sometimes you just want to get done with an obnoxious old piece of content. Halt, sir. I'm going to have to ask you to put the pretzel on the ground and place your hands above your head. Am I being detained? Am I free to go? Here's your fucking pretzel, pig. State your name and business. A twilight pretzel from Papa Sean? By the gods, forgive me. You could say this new post has my nerves in a twist. I'm terribly sorry for that. Yes. You may rest assured that the dispatch yard is safe so long as I stand watch. Please give Papa Sean my thanks, and tell him that I only wish I could repay the favor. You can repay the favor by abandoning your post and changing your life and your moral system, cop. Western front clear! Eastern front clear! What does this guy even look like? Oh, you're a Highlander. Yeah. Here's your pretzel, pig. I promise it has not been interfered with too much. For me, from Papa Sean, a twilight pretzel, my favorite. Howdy no! Can't fight on an empty stomach now, can I? Actually, I can't fight on any stomach. I suppose you could say I have no stomach for fighting. Ah, these cops are hilarious. They're Sultan Sworn. They're all right. There are more cops out there. They're not the Seki Segumi or the Yellow Jackets or anything. The worst thing you can really say about the Sultan Sworn is that they have an incoherent set of quest lines. 12 save me. Scorching days, freezing nights. This post will be the end of me. Enjoy your pretzel, tiny pig. A twilight pretzel. Don't mind if I do. Ah, now that's a refreshing goddamn pretzel. I feel reborn. Oh yeah, starting my adventurer career with that noblest of pastimes, the delivery quest. You've returned, with a deal fewer pretzels, I see. Tell me, how fair are Sultan Sworn sentries? Did they have anything to report? Anything at all? Just want to say, Papa Sean, I appreciate you for being one of the Lalafels who doesn't have, like, a weird rhyming name, or... I guess that's more of a problem in Final Fantasy XI that I've been playing a lot of recently. That all the Taru all like talk in rhyming couplets, or they have like adorably weird speech affectations, and it gets really tedious to read their dialogue. Because every time they have like one sentence to say, the writers make sure that they have like 8 lines to do it in, so that they can show off whatever their goofy little thing is. Anyway, what? Nothing? Are you sure? Oh dear. Take this for your troubles then, and stay a moment. There's more I'd ask of you. Well, thanks. Siege, I have just this moment. No, the time for concealment is past. The truth is, even before I had you deliver those pretzels, I was privy to some most unsettling news. Which is the real reason I sent you to meet those Sultan Sworn. Underneath the Sultan Tree, Papa Sean is in dire need of your assistance. A young noblewoman from a very prestigious family has run away from home, and I have been ordered to see to her safe return. The Sultan Sworn you met earlier are assisting with the search. Alas, it seems they've found no trace of her. I apologize for not being frank with you from the start, but we must proceed with caution. Should word of her disappearance spread, I fear others with less honorable motives may join the hunt. And should we allow her to come to any harm, not even 100 beheadings would be punishment enough. That cannot happen, Siege. It must not. Yeah, you only got one head. I need you to help me find her. Alright, Grandpa Gnome. Praise the 12. I knew I could count on you. I've instructed the others to expand the search, but Thanaline is vast, and there are only so many of us. The young noblewoman's name is Lady Lilira. I want you to go south and look for her in the vicinity of the Sultan Tree. Good luck. It's like, well, if you know exactly where she is, maybe you could send some of your guys, but I guess then plot wouldn't happen to me, so it's cool. I believe that on the horizon is the Sultan Tree. Hooded Lalafell. Oh, Sultan Tree. You are about to enter an instanced battle. Instanced battles only occur during certain quests and missions. Take a moment to read the information displayed in the active help window before answering the call of duty.
O Sultan Tree, hallowed spirit of my line, Forgive my weakness. My failings have cost us dear. Show yourself.
As you command, O Lilira.
Well, who is this suave and handsome gentleman? I'm sure he's not sketchy at all.
Forgive my selfish desire to assure your welfare.
I don't recall requesting an escort. Simply pretend we never met and continue on your way.
In retrospect, this whole sequence is so wildly out of character for what we learn of her later. I don't know.
We both know I can do no such thing. It isn't safe for you here alone. It isn't safe for anyone. Not with this etheric disturbance. It's as though the dead are watching us. And I'd prefer not to join them, if it's all the same to you. Ah, you must be the one that Papa Shan mentioned. Congratulations on finding our elusive young charge. You'll have to forgive her impetuousness. What she lacks in discipline, she makes up for in stubbornness.
We're being rude to royalty.
You should return with us.
That's the best
The station
game.
master will be eager to thank Lady Lilira's protector in person. Alas, the station master will have to wait. Dear Lilira, for my sake, please stay out of harm's way. As for you, dear friend, for Lilira's sake, please stay in harm's way.
Yep. So what level am I fighting at? So I am a level 8 character for the purpose of this fight. Super entertaining. Heavy shot. Heavy shot. Straight shot. Heavy shot. Heavy shot. Heavy shot. Heavy shot. Straight shot. This is, yeah. Come on, guys. You know you want some. Oh, guess I should read Thancred's dialogue. Come, let's attend to our uninvited guests. Lovely, it brought friends. Leave the big one to me. You handle the rest. Stay close if you want me to heal you. It's not until like level 15 or so in the main story quest that you start running into fights that can't be summarized as your Scion liaison does all the heavy lifting and you're just kind of there. It is nice nuking those things in one shot though. Oh yeah, that's some compelling gameplay right there. No, I'm a sad gargoyle.
Whew.
Nickel dibs on the loot. It's right here is Siege rolling greed on being the protagonist. Am I in Kingdom Hearts? I don't think I want to. Why am I using my goober voice for Siege? I know what Siege's voice is. Yeah, the Asians and Organization 13 definitely shop at the same fantasy hot topic. You a crystal or a lady? Are you hot?
I am Heidelin, all made one.
I am Siege, one made one.
That shone throughout this realm, yet it hath since grown dim. And as it hath faltered, so hath darkness risen up in its stead, presaging an end to life. For the sake of all, I beseech thee, deliver us from this fate.
Okie dokie.
The power to banish the darkness dwelleth in the crystals of light. Journey forth and lay claim to them.
It is wild that they never go into, like, the crystals of light. Like, how are they out there? Why do these specific bosses and challenges have them? You know, or are they just... Like, is Heidelin manifesting them each time we vanquish an appropriate challenge, or... I don't know.
Only believe, for the light liveth in thy heart.
Big crystal lady. Alright. What the hell is this? I thought we were exclusive, crystal girlfriend. Yeah, I guess that makes sense. Makes as much sense as anything.
And shine thy light on all creation.
Oh, day drinking.
Coming around now.
You're coming around. Your face. Oh, got him.
Do you mind telling me what that was?
If I only knew. A denizen of the void at any rate.
The void sent? Here? But how?
With how common demons were, and like subplots relating to the Lambs of Dalamud back in 2.0, it's kind of wild that they're only getting around to the big void story arc now.
The question isn't how, but who. We're not dealing with bookless bandits. Don't suppose the answer came to you in a dream?
Nope, but I threw up in my beard.
No sooner did you fell the beast than you fell asleep. Too much ether, no doubt.
That's what I tell my boss too.
Interesting. I hadn't considered the crystal.
I need a nap because of too much ether.
But of course, this changes everything. Oh, just thinking aloud? At any rate, we haven't a moment to spare. I must return and report this at once.
You must pray return to the waking sands.
I leave Lady Lilira in your capable hands.
Cool. It's ransom time.
Pass me about like a swaddled babe. I shall return and tell them myself.
As you wish, your impetuousness. I suspect we shall meet again before long. Until then, do try and stay awake.
Do try and stay, stupid, jerk. Man. He burned me. He burned me good. I've been burned by Thancred. I can't deal with the shame. Oh, it's the puppiest of Shans. Thank the gods you've returned. You had us all so worried. The hardest thing about this is going to be remembering what dumbass voice I assigned to each minor NPC. You do realize what would happen if a person of your noble stature were to be injured, or worse. Why, Her Grace the Sultana would be beside herself with grief, and so would her subjects. I dare say they'd be weeping in the streets. But I have already given you cause to weep, Papashan, you and the people of Ul'dah. Please, you're not to say such things. We will fight it, I swear to you. It is not my place to make demands, my lady, but I beg you, please stay out of harm's way. I apologize for causing you undue worry, Papashan. I shall refrain from traveling unescorted in the future. So, that was your gnome queen or whatever she is, right? I cannot help you, or I cannot thank you enough, Siege. I understand you fought bravely to protect Lady Lilira from void-sent fiends. For your gallant service, you deserve all the riches in the royal vaults. Alas, a small token of my gratitude is the best I can offer. Give me the rest of your pretzels. They smelled delicious. A sarcastic man with a strange contraption strapped to his shoulder? I see you met Thancred. He's a scholar who spends his days investigating oddities in the ether. Rather too fond of the sound of his own voice for my liking, but perfectly harmless. Take a note of that. Thancred. Perfectly harmless. As for you, Siege, you're just the sort of adventurer we need around here. I pray you show the same kindness to the people of Thanalan as you did to us today. Peace out, Papa Sean. I will never speak to you again. What's up, Cicidoa? Step 9. Cicidoa needs a reliable adventurer to deliver a gift to the coffer and coffin. Perfectly harmless tramp stamp. You're an adventurer, yes? This is my official Lalafell voice now. If you're not otherwise occupied, I've a favor to ask. I've resolved to repay a debt of gratitude which I owe to the owner of the coffer and coffin. For this purpose, I've purchased from the royal plantations a prodigiously plump pumpkin, a particularly popular piece of produce. Alright, now you're doing the Taru shit with this alliteration. Ha! Yeah. I should save this goofy squeaky voice for the Rogadin.
Alas, I cannot part this place to procure and proffer the pumpkin. You see, the scheduled shipment from the Nanawa mines for which I wait is late. I would prevail upon you to pick the pumpkin in my stead and see it safely to the coffer and coffin. Present this receipt of purchase to Gagari at the Royal Plantations, and she will yield it to you. I apologize for asking you to attend to this time-consuming task, but I truly appreciate your assistance.
I will not ride my motorcycle into your pumpkin patch. That would be impolite. Nah, I'll save the deep voice for the big characters. If Cicidoa doesn't come calling soon, this spectacular specimen shall sadly be past its prime. Here's the receipt for this pumpkin. Oh, so you're to deliver this decadent delight. I can say with confidence that any gourmand would be grateful for such a grand gift. Here's the pumpkin. I hope it meets with Roger's approval. Fresh produce is somewhat scarce in these parts, and as such we're always deluged with demand. You know the way to the coffer and coffin, correct? It's beyond the bridge to the northwest. Look for a place where local laborers lounge. Let's stick to the road. This seems like such a sketchy place to build your little tavern. Like, in a realm where geography changing calamities are so common that they're the major historical marker for your numbering system of years.
Drink for ye, laddie. You won't get better ale or spirits for your coin than at me place.
Here's your pumpkin. Where's my money?
What's that? We Cicidoa ask you to bring this here to me? Ah! So even that foul-mouthed drunk knows the meaning of remorse. Reckon this is for the time I carried his drink-sodden arse back home. But hell's an honest-to-God's pumpkin from the Royal Plantations. I can't wait to see what the cooks will do with her. The lads here scoff down beastly amounts of meat, and it's starting to tell on their health. It'll be good to get more vegetables in their bellies, assuming I can get the stubborn bastards to try something new. Thanks for the help, laddie.
Compelling. And people say A Realm Reborn lacks that deeply interesting content. Nope, forgot to read the thing. Oh well.
Word is Black Breast Station
Station is sorely undermanned. The stone torches there can't get a moment's peace. Bloke by the name of Warren is hoping to bolster their numbers for a short-term assignment or two. If you fancy putting a few extra gil in your pocket, you could do a lot worse. The stone torches suck. Among the paramilitary groups of Ul'dah, the stone torches are probably the crappiest. Well, now the brass blades suck worse.
Looking for work, perchance? If so, you couldn't have come at a better time. We stone torches are sellswords, hired by Amagina & Sons Mineral Concern to protect its interests. Our primary duty here is to keep the tracks clear of pests, and it is for this purpose that we require your aid. I should point out, however, that it can be messy work, and liable to get messier still if you're ill-prepared. A single piece of gear can mean the difference between life and death. I'll not have it on my conscience that I send an ill-equipped adventurer to an untimely demise. See to it that your arms and armor are in order. When you're ready, present yourself to me again. Equip your head, body, hands, legs, and feet with gear of item level 5 or above before returning to speak with Warren. Well, let's take a look. 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90, 90. Yep. So you're ready for inspection? Good, everything appears to be in order.
Yeah, motherfucker! I've killed gods! I've killed dragons older than your species!
I've killed alien robots that destroyed planets. Yet know that naught is guaranteed in this world. Fate is a fickle mistress, after all. At any rate, capable adventurers like you are few and far between, and I would not have you throw your life away. I've had to bury too many comrades who brushed against side cracks in their hauberks and dints in their helms. No matter what you face, do not disregard the importance of gear.
Well, thanks, dude. Give me the job.
Out of house and home, Warren has work for an adventurer willing to exterminate the Koblins attacking ore wagons. Let's get to it then, shall we? Our wagons pass through this station every day, but not without incident. Wagons coming and going from the dispatch yard to the south must pass through the tunnel by Fesca's Watch, a tunnel in which some genius saw fit to put an ore storehouse, creating an ideal condition for Koblin nest. So now the ore-loving beasts have taken up residence in a tunnel we dug, and we're practically delivering meals to their doorstep. But no more. Inside the tunnel in question you will find a narrow fissure, where the Koblins hide. Use this silver ore cluster to lure out the creatures, then slay them. Meow. Riding on the train tracks, looking for some Koblins. Gonna shoot them. Oh, here we are. Monster, I'm paralyzed with fright. Oh, he's got friends. Oh no, what will I do? Okay. Compelling content. I figure the real interesting part of this is actually going to be seeing the Realm Reborn dungeons as they've been adjusted for duty support. So I've gotten relatively few of those in leveling roulette since the changes.
Well done. It shan't be easy to work to keep the tunnel free of kobolins, but our wagons should be able to go unmolested for a time. They were molesting your wagons, dude? You should have told me. I would have gone faster. That's messed up. Disruptions to ore shipments threaten not only the interests of Amagina and Sons mineral concern, but of Ulda herself. One might liken these train tracks to veins that bear our nation's lifeblood. If only we had more men like you to lend a hand. If you had more men like me, then Amagina and Sons mineral concerns would be overthrown, and its owners strung up somewhere public to be eaten by crows. But hey, I don't want to be a downer. Thanks for the job. Way down in the hole, Zuzamedia wishes to share with you a most amazing rumor. Ah, the altruistic adventurer. I was hoping we'd bump into each other. Why? Because the most fascinating piece of news recently reached my ears, and I'm eager to share it. May I? Rumor has it that there's a vast, untapped vein of ore beneath the ruins of Sildee. But that's not all. Inconceivably, the concern appears to be entirely ignorant of its existence. And even as we speak, a young upstart, a self-made merchant from Stone's Throw of all places, is moving to claim it. The fellow's name is Whiston, and he's a very, very ambitious young man. Not only does he intend to secure exclusive excavation rights, but they say his master plan is to use his new fortune to curry favor with the Sacrarium. Of course, the thaumaturges only consider the opinions of the most wealthy when drafting the laws of Ulda. If you would have your voice heard, you must be prepared to pay a sultan's ransom. One voice, which is invariably heard, belongs to Lord Lolorito. He has long lavished gil upon the thaumaturges, and some claim that he devises new laws with the express intentions of ruining his competitors while protecting his own interests. Suffice it to say, if Whiston thinks he can compete with the likes of the Syndicate, he's in for a rude awakening. But that eventuality may yet be a little way off. For the present, he's moving ahead with his plans and assembling a team to survey the site. I'm told he's at the Coffer and Coffin right now, recruiting able-bodied adventurers to escort his prospectors. Warren said you were looking for work. Mayhap you should meet Whiston and volunteer for his expedition. We do not ride our motorcycle into the bar, because that is rude. Come to join? Sorry, but you're too late. Some brass blades looking for extra coin volunteered, and the team's already en route to the ruins. But look, I know it's not easy to find work these days. If you're interested, there's something else you can do for me. There are these children outside, little ones from Stone's Throw. I look after them when I have the time to spare, and so they've taken to following me around even when I tell them not to. But what with overseeing the search for the vein, I barely have a chance to visit the privy at the moment, much less entertain younglings. Can you give them these ginger cookies and convince them to go home for me? I will do whatever I must to ensure you the opportunity to shit. I like playing with Whiston. He makes sure no one bullies us. Have a cookie, kid. I'm a stranger. Here's some candy. That doesn't seem sketchy at all. Whiston was worried about us? Oh, I don't want to make him worried. I'm a good girl, so I'll go home. Everything about this interaction has been fucked up. I ain't going nowhere, mister. I'm too hungry to move besides, so you'll have to carry me. Here's your cookie. A cookie? Well, if Whiston really wants me to go home, then all right. But I want 2 next time. But Whiston always plays with us. Why won't he come out and play? Because he hates you. You keep trying to follow him when he's going to the privy. He said so. He told me himself. He's like, I can't shit. These children's won't leave me alone. They're like cats pawing at the door. Wow, a ginger cookie. I'd better save some for my brother. I know, I'll go home and eat it with him. Alright, kid. You're a good kid. Sorry for saying all that weird stuff about the toilet. Winston's kind to us. I like him.
I'm kind to you too. How would you like to join my army of orphan thieves? Learn the gentleman's art of pickpocketing.
This is for me? I want to eat it, but then again I don't, because then it'd be gone. Tell Winston thanks, and tell him I'm sorry for getting in the way. Uh-oh, under attack. Nah, I'm not going to participate in that. Thank you, adventurer. I only wish I could do more. Stone's Throw is no place for a child. Not that my childhood was much happier. Never enough food to go around, nor work to earn it. But no shortage of contempt from the great and the good. I remember thinking things could only get better. Yet now, after the calamity and everything else, for us refugees to be forced to live outside the gates like bloody beastmen is a disgrace. They say with enough money you can change the laws here, so I'm going to make a fortune and do just that. I'll buy the excavation rights and start my own mining business. Then I'll give my fellow refugees work. The work they're crying out for, and pay them fairly. The mining companies have profited from our suffering for too long, but in their hubris they've grown complacent, presenting us with a golden opportunity. And we will take it, adventurer. We will reclaim our dignity, and with it our place within those walls.
We found the vein, Winston. You must come and see.
Already? Amazing. We leave at once. You should join me, my friend. Come and bear witness to history in the making. Come and kill these brass blade mercenaries. Brass blade, more like ass blade. Oh! Well, anybody else around? Nope. Bruh. Fighting this without a jobstone on may have been a mistake. Yep. Yep, that's doing actual damage to me, so I'm gonna run. You stop being aggro! What the hell? Let me look up real quick what rank that is. Alright, we're gonna take a brief detour. Oh, I'm naked. That is an A rank that I have never killed before. So we are going to fuck it up as a gunbreaker. Sweet. Well, okay then. Take back off my job stone. I guess I can keep my chocobo out. In fact, I can ride my chocobo. Uh-oh. Our buddy Whiston has the fight pillar around him. Could the brass blades have been dishonorable? Could the private mercenary army, funded personally by Lord Lolorito, have not been representing the business interests of a competitor? Those balls, son. A vein of ore in the midst of a ruined bloody city? Goddamn idiot. What did you think was going to happen? That you'd strike it rich and get cozy with the Order while the masters of Ul'dah looked on? No one crosses the Syndicate. The Syndicate? Finally sunk in, has it? Well, look at this. Not all your friends have deserted you, it seems. Lucky boy. Now you won't have to die alone. O mournful voice of creation, grant ye this humble stone a soul, that it may wake to life. Who's that spouting gibberish? Show yourself. I forget that they don't make it a plot point much later, but yeah, we can only understand the Ascians because we have the Echo. And I guess in 1.0 we could only speak to the Beast Folk because we had the Echo as well, but now everybody can. Now everybody just speaks broken common, I guess. This ain't part of the plan. Bloody hells. Does Lord Lolorito mean to kill us too? Probably. He's a rat bastard. Poor Golem. Horrifically outmatched. Impossible. Never has the Golem been so sorely tested. That the Golem could be vanquished. No, I forgot my Ascian voice. The official Ascian voice is my crappiest Christopher Lee. That man is no ordinary adventurer. But damn, seems I've missed all the fun. I see you didn't need my help this time. The cocaine.
would compose a ballad in your honor, but I fear no words would do you justice. The songstress of Ulda herself could not rival your beauty.
Oh, stop it.
I've oft heard it said that the blossom's beauty can move a man to love and long, but I never truly believed it until I met you two, desert roses.
This man's gay as hell. Stop compensating.
I hear they attacked another caravan. Aye, and business is suffering for it. Bloody Amalja. What stirred 'em up, do you reckon?
Another raid? I'll wager that caravan was carrying crystals, much like the last.
If they truly mean to summon a primal, we must act quickly.
Are you coming, love? You wouldn't keep a girl waiting, would you?
Perished the thought.
So tell me, where in this marvel of a city might you lovely ladies be staying?
At this rate, grain will soon be more precious than gold. A result of the uncommonly bad harvests, to be sure. And we have you to thank for them, do we not? Aye, this weakening of the etheric flow must surely be linked to Dalamud's descent. And of course, to the primals. A fine mess, but we must not lose hope. Louiswa will know what to do. We need only trust in his judgment.
Truly a marvel of Charlayan ingenuity. It's as if I could reach out and touch the ether.
Time to focus. No more gallivanting about like before. The Scions are counting on you. Have faith. Just have faith. You can do this. This disturbance is recent. The Sultan tree. Maybe Papashan will know something of it. Looks like they gave you quite a thrashing. Can you walk? It's me. I was too late. A person of interest had already quit the scene. The General. Very well, I shall be there anon. My colleagues went to great lengths to provide me with the means to detect etheric disturbances, but every time I find one, you seem to be in the middle of it. I'm starting to wonder if it might not be simpler to just follow you around. Sadly, I have business elsewhere. I'm the protagonist. I got protagonist powers. Tread softly, my friend. The carefully laid trap you dismantled is clearly sanctioned by Lord Lolorito. I hear the Blades mentioned him as they fled. Believe me when a man to be trifled with. My arrow will trifle with the backside of his skull.
The Sultana's enemies grow bolder by the day, and I suspect they have the support of outside forces. Thank you. If you hadn't come along, those bastards would surely have slaughtered us all. I would speak with you further, but it isn't safe for us to linger here. Find me at the Coffer and Coffin later. Until then, stay safe. I shall accompany Whiston and his men. They will need protection, and I need more information. Ah, where are my manners? I have yet to properly introduce myself. I am Thancred, a humble scholar surveying the flow of ether in Fenelon. It's an honor and a privilege to make your acquaintance. I hope when next we meet, it's under more auspicious circumstances. Farewell! Ah, wait a moment. It occurs to me that we may have... Never mind. Fare thee well. You've already got a hot elf boyfriend. Stop hitting on me. Alright, Spriggans. You can live this day. But tomorrow I will return. To wreak vengeance or something. I don't know. I don't know why I'm mad at the Spriggans now. Oh, bless you, my friend. You risked your life to save ours. Betrayed by my own guards. Gods, I was a fool to trust those men. Lolorito owns the goddamn brass blades. I should have questioned their motives from the start. Even so, I could hardly have predicted that the wealthiest man in Ul'dah would want me dead for the heinous crime of seeking to change the law. I'm just a merchant, for God's sakes. That ruthless bastard. And what of that monstrosity? Those were his own men. It beggars belief. Well, that's it. I'm finished. If I stay in Ul'dah any longer, I'm as good as dead. My associates, my friends, gods, even the children may not be safe if I don't disappear. And you, gods damn it, if Lolorito learns of your involvement, you'll be next. That's what I'm counting on. Let him come for me. I'll speak with the others and make sure your part in this stays a secret. Beyond that, I don't know what to suggest. Maybe you should seek the counsel of Mistress Momodi. She's helped countless adventurers in her time. Maybe she'll know what to do. Go quickly now, my friend. Lolorito's spies may be watching. Gonna find Lolorito. Squeeze his head like a melon. So it pops. Like one of those videos where people put rubber bands around a watermelon until it explodes. That's what I'm gonna do for you, Lolorito. You and me, steel cage. 2 men enter. 1 siege leaves. Okay, we're just a little past the halfway mark. Hopefully I can get as far as the level 15 stuff. I want to ideally cut off right around when the other cities open up. But if I'm not there by noon, then I'm not there. Whew. The Quicksands is very different on Sargatana's server. I've been playing a lot on Balmung's server lately, and it is so packed that you have to stand around for several seconds waiting for NPCs to load. Settle down, Siege. You've got nothing to worry about. No one seems to know you were at the ruins. Whiston, on the other hand, is now a pariah. About as welcome around here as a rabid wolf, poor bugger. Suffice to say, that boy risked the wrath of the wrong man. Lord Lolorito, chairman of the East Aldenard Trading Company, generous contributor to the Order of Naldthal, and member of the Syndicate. Didn't get where he is by leaving loose ends, that one. Which is why he ain't above killing his own men. Hells, even those blades knew what was coming. It's not like they could refuse to do their benefactor's bidding. Don't let this color your view of Ul'dah, Siege. It's true that there are some here who ain't afraid to crack a few skulls if it gets them what they want. But most of us are decent folk just trying to make ends meet. Your city is a disease. You know, a lot of people would call you a damn fool for risking your life to save a marked man. But I believe you did a good thing, Siege, and for that you have my respect. Listen, you've been through a lot lately. Why don't you rest a spell? Well, if the boys at the Hourglass set you up with a room, my treat. Just have a word with Otopa Potopa whenever you feel like staying. Well, isn't that fabulous? And when you've got your appetite for adventuring back, consider taking on a guild leave or two. We've got a lot of requests from locals looking to hire adventurers for various jobs. It'd be a good way for you to earn yourself some extra gil. Eustace can tell you more about how the system works, so go and speak with him if you're interested. It's wild thinking back to how guild leaves were like the major content in 1.0. You now have access to recommendations. This feature displays a list of quests or duties currently available in your area. Don't care. Not relevant to the plot. Taking what they're given. Mahodi of the Quicksand has word of work for a willing adventurer. Look what the quarrel dragged in. Good to see you, Siege. I'd ask what brings you, but I reckon we both know the answer to that already. Well, have I ever let you down before? Wait, don't answer that. So happens I know a fellow by the name of Dodanen who needs a hand. He's a merchant by trade, selling precious stones to those in Ul'dah with the means to buy them. He's asked that I send any looking for work his way. You can find him over in Horizon if you fancy. That's in western Thanland, mind you. Just cross the bridge north of Scorpion Crossing, and the road will take you there. Knowing the circles he deals in, might be he'll have some talk of the royal family that'll interest you as well. And why not make use of a chocobo porter for the journey to Horizon, if you've the gil for it, that is. You'll find the chocobo stables just across the way from my quicksand. Find Mimigun. He'll set you straight. Well, off you go then. I haven't got all day to be holding your bloody hand. Alright, be rude. I will, in fact, take a chocobo. My chocobo! Come, Archangel. Let us ride to adventure! What the hell is my chocobo music? Siege, I presume? Mamori said to expect you, and so I have. Welcome to Horizon. Ours is a trading settlement that sees goods in from the port of Vesper Bay to the west. And trade we do. Nary a day goes by that Horizon isn't bustling with some manner of merchants and officials. They keep us running about busy, they do. Enough so that I wish I had chocobo legs in place of my own. And that's why I've asked Momodi to send me any souls looking for work. 12 knows there's plenty of it to be done around here. Speak to me again when you're ready to make yourself some use. Supply and demands. Dadanen would like you to deliver a message to the Copperbell Mines. It so happens I have a situation that must be resolved post-haste, and I do mean post-haste. I'm plumb out of premium product, and my latest order has yet to arrive. If I keep my customers waiting any longer, this could irrevocably damage my reputation. What's worse, I paid my man in advance for this service. Despite his reassurances it would be a simple affair, I've heard nothing since he departed for Copperbell Mines days ago. Find Drunken Stag and give him this notice. I cannot afford any further delay. Man left days ago, huh? What do you want, Dadanen's products? He can send all the notices he likes, but it won't change a thing. The concern is closed the mines due to some incident in the depths. It's a goddamn shame, too. Lost a decent haul just over yonder during all the chaos. Give it to me raw. Oh yeah. Drunken Stag needs someone to retrieve the raw Nashachite he dropped outside the mines. The product you heard Dadanen going on about is a valuable gemstone known as raw Nashachite. I managed to dig up a goodly amount of it just before the mines were closed off. Pardon. Packed it up and hauled it out even. But then them 12 damn koblins came along. Not like any koblins I'd seen before. And hungry only for the good rocks. Stupid sneeze. They had eyes for my only for my gemstones. So I had no choice but to oblige. The stone torches had their hands full evacuating the mines, so they ignored the beasts. Even now they're only concerned with keeping people out. Please, friend, if you're willing to face the koblins, would you bring me my Nashachite? That is precisely what I will do. I hate koblins. Koblins killed my wife and 6 kids in my new tragic backstory. Because they were made of ore. My delicious metal children. How did you fare, friend? Did you find the raw Nashachite? Hell yes, I did. Beautiful, isn't it? Rarer than many stones, and more expensive than most. They say the green is the same as the eyes of Nanasha ul Nasha, who once ruled as the Sultana.
This should save Dadanen from his troubles, if there's enough left. There's far less here than what I found. Reckon those kobolds made a meal of the stuff. Bloody waste.
The perfect swarm. Drunken Stag wishes to repay your kindness with some useful information.
You'd like a chance to make some money, right? Then I know just how I can repay you for your kindness. Swarms of sun midges have been harassing travelers along the road connecting Horizon to here. It's gotten so bad that the brass blades have started paying folks to keep the roads clear. If you find it hard to believe that swarms of tiny midges could be so troublesome, then you've never seen a chocobo driven into a frenzy by one. There have already been some terrible accidents. Do your part and slay a few swarms. After that, let Fufulupa know. He'll reward you for your trouble and maybe even offer you more work. Blam!
Ah, thought you could hide. Didn't think I had a flying motorcycle, did you? Greetings and salutations, adventurer. To what do I owe this? What? You've slain how many swarms of sun midges? You have my sincerest thanks. The brass blades have been struggling to keep them in check, so your assistance is greatly appreciated. Will you be staying in Horizon long? If so, there's much and more you can do to help here. Last letter to Lost Hope. Fufulupa wants you to track down a missing courier. Pray allow me to enlist your aid, brave adventurer. I would have you ascertain the whereabouts of a missive I sent to Lost Hope the other day. Captain Leofric is stationed there. Ever since he was transferred, we've exchanged letters, but never before has it taken this long to receive a reply. And so I fear that the courier may have met with some misfortune en route. She must have made it to Central Thanalan, or the brass blades that patrol the roads between here and Scorpion Crossing would have seen something. But if she made it as far as Blackbrush Station, she would have surely delivered the letter by now. Lost Hope is practically on its doorstep. I suggest you focus your search on the road to Blackbrush Station in Central Thanalan. With luck, you'll find her quickly. Yeah.
And flying motorcycle, da-na-na-na-na.
Where is my mountain music? There we go. Huh? A letter? Hey, I've got Fufulupa's missive right here. I won't be delivering it anytime soon, though. Got to tend to my bird's injured leg first. Even the most minor of cuts can fester if ignored. Fufulupa sent you. If this is a pressing matter, why don't you take it the rest of the way? Lost Hope's just past Blackbrush Station to the northeast. Look for the tents by the river.
Just passing through, or will you be staying a while?
Fufalupu sent you all this way because of a late letter?
The boy is still far too earnest.
Despite my demotion, he continues to call me Captain. I suspect he has no idea what it means to be transferred to Lost Hope either. The Brass Blades don't give a Queekhorn's arse about this settlement. No one in Uldad does. All here have been forsaken adventurer, the refugees, their protectors, and you will be too if you're seen associating with us. Thank you for the letter. Now for your own good, leave. No? Air today, gone tomorrow. Leofric has a request for an adventurer looking to do some good. I thought I told you to get out of here. What, looking for a chance to do some good? I guess I can't force you to leave. Damn stubborn adventurers, the lot of you. Fine then, listen well. A band of outlaws has taken up residence at the Quiveron Manse, on the ridge to the south. Their leaders style themselves heir to the Eolan Quiveron. Their leaders style themselves heir to Eolan Quiveron, the syndicate member who died in the calamity. Thank you for that helpful spit notation. The Baron and his cronies are not more than a pack of jackals. They prey on the people of Lost Hope, robbing them of what little they have. I myself cannot act without endangering the refugees, as they know my face and will retaliate against Lost Hope. You, however, are not known to the bandits or their allies. If you wish to help us, then deal with the Baron. Assassination mission. Alright. We have one rule, and one rule alone. No survivors. Let there be a message to the devil in hell, I guess, since none of you can deliver a message anymore. Anyway, goodbye! So you slaughtered literally everyone. Okay. Here's your reward then, terrifying lunatic. So it's done. Good. I hope the wretch died screaming. Ul'dah is more prosperous than ever, some say. That may be true for the Syndicate, but none of that wealth has trickled down to the small folk. It's all a mummer's farce. One day I refused to play my part, and so I was made to leave the stage. My time has passed. The brass blades of the rose must look to others for guidance. Passing the blade, Leofric would like you to deliver an item to Horizon. As you may have noticed, I'm in no shape to leave Lost Hope right now. So in my stead, I'd like you to return to Horizon and give this dagger to Fufalupa. Although it's just an old ornamental dagger that belongs with the brass blades of the rose. I should have given it to the boy before I came here. Actually... Ah, Siege! I received word from Captain Leofric the other day. Thank you for delivering the letter for me. Why do you have that dagger? Only a captain of the Brass Blades of the Rose is permitted to possess it. Captain Leofric says I'm to have it? There must be some mistake. He couldn't possibly mean to tell me that... No, of course not. I'm not worthy to wield it. Nevertheless, I shall respect the captain's wishes and take the dagger into safekeeping until he comes to reclaim it. Following footfalls, Fufulupa needs you to assist his fellow Brass Blades. The Brass Blades of the Rose have need of your assistance once more, Siege. Thaumaturges from the ossuary are presently surveying the footfalls for ancient relics. As the area is rife with wild beasts, the Horizon Garrison has been charged with their security. But Captain Baldwin sent only a handful of Brass Blades. Despite his assurances to the contrary, such a small unit cannot possibly be sufficient to protect our patrons. I would have you offer your assistance to my comrades. Pray travel to the footfalls and speak with Totoruna. A bleeding adventurer come to help. I ain't heard nothing from Captain Baldwin about this. He said trusted men only. Any road, we've got this under control. And besides, this operation ain't got nothing to do with Fufulupa. Boy's got a stick up his arse the size of a sabatender. It's no wonder the captain told him to stay at Horizon. Hey, adventurer. Mind running a message to Crescent Cove for us? Captain Baldwin's planning some festivities for the thaumaturges, see? And he wants them treated to the finest food and drink. Nothing but the best for our distinguished guests, eh? Head west and south to the village and tell Raffi that he's to deliver the bounty of fresh fish to Horizon for the feast.
Fresh fish for Captain Baldwin, of course. We'll do our best, sir. Unfortunately, we've had a poor catch in recent days on account of the rough seas. More boats should be returning soon, but I can't promise their catch will please. But don't worry, sir, the captain will have his fish, I swear it. Do. Oh, Captain, my Captain. Marilda may have stumbled upon a secret. You're an adventurer, are you not? I know this is sudden, but I have no one else to turn to. Last night, a gang of bandits from the Quiveron Manse were in their cups, and I overheard them discussing their plans. It seems they've come to collect gemstones stolen from Copperbell mines. Nashachite, I think I heard one say. They're to meet with their co-conspirators soon at the footfalls. What did you say? Illicit exchanges and shadowy dealings? The Brass Blades cannot abide such malfeasance. Forgives my eavesdropping, Siege. I came to Crescent Cove merely to thank you in person.
I never imagined I'd uncover a criminal conspiracy right outside Horizon's gates. We must act quickly if we're to apprehend those thieves. I'll notify Captain Baldwin at once. No, wait, you mustn't. Oh, gods. You must stop him before it's too late. Captain Baldwin himself is working with the bandits. When Captain Baldwin is a dead man. Oh, it's time for fighting. It's time for war. Captain Baldwin, sir, I've discovered something shocking, something horrible. Someone's been stealing gemstones from Copperbell mines and... Wait, those gauntlets, those boots, they're one of Quiberon's men. Sir, that man is a thief and a scoundrel. And what of it? His coin's good, and that's what counts. What? Captain Baldwin, are you working with these men? Can it be? I told you to stay in Horizon, Fufulupa. It didn't have to be like this. They'd get their Nashachite, I'd get my Gil, and none would be the wiser. But, sir, what if your crimes are uncovered? What if Lord Lolorito finds out? You goddamn fool, don't you see? I'm acting under the authority of Lord Lolorito himself. No, that can't be true. What do you think people join the Brass Blades, Fufulupa? To serve and protect? Ha! We're not the bloody flames here. We do this for the coin. You there, adventurer. Do you remember me? I remember you. I was under the impression that I murdered you, but okay. I am Sir Baron von Quiberon the Fourth, Esquire. You killed my brother, and now I'm going to return the favor. Oh, okay. Well, that settles it. It's clearly in everyone's best interest that both of you die. Kill this asshole first. Oh. Yeah. You're stronger than I thought. Hey, Captain, why? I trusted you. Damn you both, you're ruining everything. That's enough, Baldwin. Your partner's dead and your plans are undone. You've no reason left to fight. Stay out of this, Leofric. I don't take orders from you. I may have spared your life before, but if you interfere, I will not show you mercy. And what mercy will he show you, I wonder? You who've done so much in another man's name. What are you blathering on about? Every fisherman in Crescent Cove knew about your meeting, you arrogant fool. Quiberon's men couldn't keep their mouths shut. Imagine Lord Lolorito's surprise when he learned that a rank-and-file brass blade was using his name to advance a personal agenda. He knows? Seven hells, but I'm a captain. He wouldn't. I was once a captain too, remember? And we both know what happened to me.
Well fought, boy. You've done the brass blades of the Rose proud.
Captain Leofric, Captain Baldwin, he said Lord Lolorito.
Lord Lolorito wouldn't waste his time on a small-scale smuggling operation. This is all Baldwin's doing. What else did he say? That all our brethren are no better? And that each and every one cares for naught but coin? Mere excuses to justify his schemes. Aye, we've no shortage of greedy sods. Some who'd probably sell their own mothers into slavery if the price was right. But there are men like you, Fufulupa. Men good and true, whom the small folk respect. Which is why I gave you the dagger. The brass blades of the Rose need a leader with honor, and you're the most honorable man I know.
Captain! Thank you for all your help, Siege. The captain and I will escort Captain Baldwin back to Horizon. Pray visit me in town when next you return.
Oh, yes, I will. You better have my money. Riding my chocobo across the plains, and I don't have any more lyrics for my chocobo song. Yeah. Awesome.
Welcome back, Siege. So much has happened. Captain Baldwin has been arrested and stripped of rank, which means the Brass Blades of the Rose no longer have a captain. Until a new one is designated, I've been ordered to serve as acting captain of the Horizon Garrison. Though doubtless this is only a temporary arrangement, I'll do my utmost to represent my brethren and protect the people of Horizon. Thank you, Siege, for your service to the Sultanate. You're a true hero.
Secrets and lies. Fufulupa would entrust you with a matter of grave import.
I salute you, honored friend. As acting captain, I would be much obliged if you would grant me a personal request. In our efforts to ascertain the full extent of the former captain's corruption, we've been poring over his personal correspondences. Our search unearthed this sealed letter addressed to a man named Owen. But he is one of the Sultan's sworn elite. I can think of no reason why he should have any dealings with Baldwin. We know that the former captain was consorting with a coalition of criminals. Could it be that Owen was too? This letter will serve as evidence of their collusion, and so I dare not tamper with it myself. But given the events of recent days, I knew not whom to trust with this information, until now. I've chosen you, Siege. Pray bear the letter to Mistress Momodi of the Quicksand, and relate the circumstances of its discovery. Not only is she a staunch supporter of the Sultanate, but she's well acquainted with the Sultan Swarm. She'll know how to best to proceed.
Right.
Well, yeah, because I could just hop from here straight to the quicksand. It's like I'm trying to take the scenic route at least once, just to, you know, kind of give full picture of the world. But after that, anything I can do to speed up travel is fine. Ah, Siege, it's been too long. Dadanan tells me you've been keeping busy in Horizon. I want you to know that I'm grateful for everything you've done for the people of Ul'dah. Even though you've seen the seedier side of our city, you've continued to help your fellow man. Believe me, the folk around here love you for it. Well, what is it? You look like you've got something to say. Talking to me like I'm a dog.
There's a kid trapped in the well. Also, corruption in the Sultan Sworn, maybe.
So that's what this is all about. Poofaloopa thinking Owen might have been in league with Baldwin, that this letter could be proof of something shady. Well, he needn't worry. Owen's a loyal Sultan Swarm as I've ever known. I haven't the foggiest what this says, but... Wait a minute. Wasn't Owen the one who... Oh, hells, I've got a bad feeling about this. Listen, Siege, I think I know what this is all about, but I need you to swear to keep it quiet. If you'd rather wash your hands of this business, I won't hold it against you, but if you're determined to see it through to the bitter end, say the word and I'll explain. Can I count on your discretion, Siege? If so, then listen closely.
Duty, honor, country. Momodi wishes to enlist the aid of a trusted friend of Ul'dah.
The outside world believes Ul'dah to be a sultanate ruled by Sultana Nanamo Ul'Namo. Truth is, though, it's the sixth wealthiest citizens that hold the most sway, the Syndicate. Be that as it may, the Sultana's got the support of the people. But she might struggle to keep even that if a certain incident becomes public knowledge. It pains me to say it, but Her Grace's crown, the symbol of the royal dynasty, has been stolen. And Owen's the Sultan Sworn who was charged with guarding it that night. I'd bet anything this letter was written by the bastards who made off with the crown. It can't be a coincidence that a man who we know to have been fraternizing with the thieves had a letter for Owen of all people, at this of all times. You need to take this to the man himself, Siege. Tell him Momodi sent you, and that it concerns a lost heirloom. If it looks as though the fellow needs help, I want you to lend it to him. The future of our fair city may depend on it. Alright, it looks like I'm not going to finish up this fourth Ul'dah arc before my 2 hours are up, but that's okay. Welcome to skill. I will get to the end of the next mission, and then I will call it good.
The heart of the Sworn lies beyond. State your business.
Pardon? Did you say a lost heirloom?
Proceed.
Alright. Actually, I think I will finish up this arc.
Well met, adventurer. What business brings you here this day?
A letter. Very well, let's see it.
Have you read this, adventurer?
I can't read. I see, but you have some inkling as to its contents, I think. Mistress Momodi has doubtless explained to you the significance of the crown, and what its loss could mean for Her Grace the Sultana. This theft shames the Sultan Swarm, and me most of all. The blame is mine, you see. I grew lax in my duties, and in a moment of carelessness, No, it will do no good to recount the tale now. Since the hour of the theft, we've watched frantically for any signs, any whispers as to the whereabouts of the crown. We found nothing. The identity of the thieves and their motives seemed fated to remain a mystery, until you arrived bearing this ransom note. In it, the criminals state that the price for the return of Her Grace's crown. And though it pains me to say it, I fear I have no choice but to acquiesce to their demands. Too much is at stake to do otherwise. The crown symbolizes Her Grace's birthright, and identifies her as the custodian of the old legacy. It must be recovered. I'll travel to the unholy heir and pay them their ransom. Though I'm not foolish enough to meet these men alone, as they stipulate, I dare not bring a host of my comrades, lest the thieves take fright. Friend, would you consent to be present for the exchange? Mistress Momodi has always spoken of you in the most glowing terms, and I have never yet had reason to question her judgment. On behalf of those still loyal to the Sultana, I beseech you, help us in our hour of need. Yeah. Time to kill. Time to put arrows through skulls. Okay, yeah, they trimmed out most of the middle part of this arc, so this won't be more than a couple of minutes. That'll put me right up against the traveling to the other cities arc for next week, which is a slow and talk heavy arc. Oh, goodbye, Archangel. I've come as agreed. Now show me the crown. Aye, you'll have your precious crown, once we've been duly compensated. Do you think me a fool? What assurance have I that you will honor your part of the agreement? No, Owen. Trustworthy man here. Not only was the crown stolen on your watch, but it looks to me as if you violated the terms of our exchange. Did we not say that you were to come alone? Given that you're not alone, what guarantee have we that there isn't a company of archers surrounding us even as we speak, ready to feather me and my men the moment they catch a glimpse of the crown? You've made a mock of our trust. The deal is off. Wait! Here's your payment as promised. Hey, 'tis the real thing. 1,000 thanks to you, boy. You've succeeded where scores of thieves have failed. And now, at long last, we have it. The power to create an army of undying soldiers. The traitors spurn! No, it can't be. What have I done? Surely you must have wondered what it was that you were handing over. What it was that seemed as valuable to us as the crown seemed to you? Or did you assume we were feeling charitable? But you must feel terrible knowing that you've brought us the doom of Sildee. Worry not, boy. We'll grant you a quick death and spare you further ignominy. A bunch of shirtless dudes. I'm gonna kill you. Gonna take your boots. There's too many, Siege. Run while you still can. I will do my duty. It's your duty to serve the Sultana, lad, and you'll be doing it for a good while yet. He said, assuming that was Papa Shan. It is. What up, bro? Sultan Sworn, put these thieves to the sword and secure the crown.
Sultan Sworn? Ha! No matter, kill them all!
Sultan Sworn and the Warrior of Light.
There, stop summoning new guys. I'll kill you, then I'm gonna kill your gargoyle. Ah, take that. Master Papa Shan, but why? How?
The general saw you sneak into the vault, Owen. He suspected something was afoot and ordered us to keep an eye on you.
The Flame General? He ordered you to look after me? Master Papa Shan, more of them to the north.
Let's fuck their shit up. I mean, after them, Sultan Sworn. They have the crown. This lot sought only to delay us.
Let us speak again back in the city. I mean, I could come kill more guys. I'm good at it. Y'all. Oh. The source of his strength becomes clear. You may have bested the golem, but you will not fare so well this day. That's a real raunchy purple fart, my guy. You should have that checked out by a butt doctor. O mournful voice of creation, send unto me a creature of the abyss, my thrall to command, that I may smite mine enemies. Your very being imperils the plan. You cannot be suffered to live. Okay, we kill the gargoyle first.
It's my boy Thancred. I interrupted your spell. So there was a bunch of player dialogue there. Oh well.
Ugh. The wisdom of the paragons should be brought low by mere mortals.
Paradongs, more like. Haha.
Paragons. This is indeed a disturbing revelation.
We'd long suspected that the involvement of the Bringers of Chaos, Ascians, was to give them their true name. But we could not be sure that they were responsible for the recent disturbances until now. As if the Sultanate needed any more enemies. Have we Charlayans crossed path with Ascians before? Well, we've certainly... Wait, I don't recall telling you about my homeland. Ah, yes, that's right. You're one of the gifted.
But I mean, it's pretty big.
You know, this marks the third time I've found you in the midst of trouble. If I didn't know any better, I'd say you were a lodestone to it. Anyway, I'm glad I started following you around. Who knows what grand conspiracy you'll stumble upon next. I jest. Had I truly been watching your every move, I wouldn't have taken so long to intervene in your latest altercation. But all's well that ends well, eh? Our masked friend is no more, and while I very much doubt we've seen the last of his kind, his demise will likely grant us at least some respite. And on that note, I must away. Until next time, Siege.
Oh. I wanted that to plug into my Kingdom Hearts matrix. Oh well.
Back to Ulda. And then...
Everyone is waiting for you, adventurer.
Does it surprise you to see me dressed so, Siege? I was once a Sultan Sword, you know. Well, it's been 15 years since I put down my sword and took up the role of Station Master. It's a capacity in which I am no less proud to serve. Lest you doubt, whenever Her Grace ventures outside the gates, I have the honor of protecting her person. Never before had I seen her so desperate as when news of the crown's theft reached her ears. Oh, nice. Have you done the new Ultima before? It's actually an interesting fight now. It's kind of slow. It's got a several mandatory, like, unskippable bottlenecks, but you know, it's a suitable cap to the. I don't know. It at least feels like a cool thing. But thanks to your valiant efforts, she has returned to her former vibrant self. You have the gratitude of every Sultan's Horn, Siege.
Exalted vessel of Northal, guardian of Thanalan, 17th ascendant to the throne of Uldar, Her Royal Majesty Nanamo Ulnamo presides.
Is there what? I'm not wearing my meeting queen pants.
Long live Nanamo! Glory to the Sultana! Forever may she reign!
They regaled me with tales of a champion amongst champions, one whose tireless service to the crown merited the highest honor we might bestow.
Is this a wedding proposal? Cause, alright.
Never did it occur to me that it might be you. Bring it forth! Betokening our gratitude and esteem, I, Nanamo Ulnamo, Sultana of Uldar, confer upon you this gift. Rauban?
Your Grace.
See to it that our champion is my personal guest at the banquet.
Oh, free food. That's almost as good as marrying the queen. Alright, I'm in. Should I bring wine?
As you command, Your Grace.
Because I make it myself. In my shed.
If what they say is true, Uldar owes you a great debt.
Sometimes I forget that my character is actually the same height as Raban. takes a cutscene to actually be like, oh yeah, shit. He's just thick as hell. He's like maximum muscle slider plus 50% for a Highlander.
I am Rauban al-Din. With the consent of Her Grace, I oversee the affairs of the Sultanate.
This is also the first voice that's gonna throw me off from their post-Heavensward replacement.
Brave souls are few and far between in these times. I count my blessings when I find one.
Because like Thancred and the Sultana, their replacements are pretty close.
Her Grace invites you to join her at the coming banquet. I trust I will see you there.
But Rauban becomes at least 50% more North English.
Until then, for the sake of Her Grace and the glory of the Sultanate, may you walk in the light of the crystal.
By the 12 Siege, for an adventurer to receive a personal invitation from Her Grace is unprecedented. Seats at these banquets are offered only the most distinguished individuals. You'll be dining with some of the most influential people in Uldar. There are, of course, certain protocols that must be observed, so I've got to wear a shirt, because I only got this one, and it's got stains from things that mortal minds were not meant to comprehend. The stuff that I got smeared all over me. But I have no authority on them. Fear not. However, Mistress Momodi has long been responsible for familiarizing foreign guests with our customs. Pray return to the quicksand and speak with her. She will tell you all you need to know. Alright, I'm gonna go as far as getting the earrings. And then I'm gonna call it good because I want to change glamours at the beginning of the next session. Welcome back, Siege, and congratulations on your invite to the big soiree. To be honest, I never imagined I'd be explaining these procedures to you. It's usually only foreign dignitaries who get to hear me prattle on and on about royal traditions. Any road, I know you're a busy man, so I'll keep it short and sweet. In accordance with ancient customs, all guests to this banquet are required to wear a pair of ceremonial earrings made specially for the occasion. They're meant to symbolize... Actually, forget about that. This was meant to be the short version. Being of a design unique to the occasion, the earrings serve as a security measure. The Sultan Sworn won't be near the hall without them. Your set should be ready and waiting for you at the Goldsmiths Guild. Mr. Serendipity is expecting you, so you'll want to head down there now. Once you got them, bring them back here and we'll continue. Still making me run to the Goldsmiths. Alright. If you insist. So have you done New Praetorium and New Castrum Bahamut? It's like they're definitely quicker, but I don't know. I am less happy with them. Greetings. Is there something I can help you with? Ah, Siege, your earrings are right here. I crafted them myself, I'll have you know. I think you'll be very pleased. In case Mistress Momodi didn't warn you, the box is locked, and I'm not permitted to give you the keys. It's the final safeguard, you see. Only designated individuals are authorized to distribute the earrings to guests. In this instance, the person in question is none other than Mistress Momodi, so you'll need to ask her to open the box on your behalf. Pardon the inconvenience, but the Sultan Sworn take her Grace's security very seriously. Yeah, I asked if you'd done the New Castrum and New Praetorium yet. But you are probably still in the middle of that fight. Okay, this will probably be the end of today's session because all the missions from here on are like 1,000 hours of cutscenes, and I need to rest my voice. Picked up your earrings yet, Siege? Yep. Let me just... Ah! Well, now, looks like the Guildmaster outdid herself with this pair. You'd best take good care of these earrings. If they fell into the wrong hands, gods only know what might happen. Now then, I hope you're feeling sociable, Siege, because you're about to hobnob with Old Oz Elite. Let me know when you're ready to head to the banquet. since the New Game Plus doesn't actually give me the earrings, I'm going to have to go and get them from the Calamity Salmager. Anyway, that does it for part 1 of the Canon Jobs New Game Plus. I'm up to about level 15 content. I've finished the first 4 major story arcs. So thanks for tuning in. I'll be trying to continue roughly the same time each week, but I'll make some adjustments from here on, depending on when people are available, when my likely audience can actually tune in. So, suspend. Unable. What? Won't let me suspend it from there. Why? Does something appear in front of Momodi? I don't know. And now I am a bard again. But actually, now I am a dragoon with no pants. Because I'm playing on the PS4 instead of on the laptop, and I haven't updated my equipment sets in a long time. Anyway, thanks for checking in. Let's give a good old goodbye wave there. See y'all later.